Hey guys, welcome back to the Mentor Game. Great to have you guys here with me today. I didn't upload last week just because I wanted to reflect upon what I want to or what videos I want to make in the future and also plan the content that I will be releasing. And one of the insights I got from this 1 week period was that I wanted to make my content a bit more experience orientated. Give more experiences. I wanted to give more experiences about my life, about what I've experienced on a day-to-day basis, and also what I learned from these experiences. And I think these will make the videos a bit more interactive and fun to follow, hopefully. But nevertheless, today I'm going to talk about a topic which is super fun to me, to be honest. It's super fun because I love this topic so much and also love the story I'm going to give alongside this topic. So the story starts off with the UFC. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the UFC, it stands for the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Essentially, this is an MMA organization that organizes big fights where skillful fighters fight against each other. Sounds a bit crazy when I describe it, but it's absolutely amazing because these fighters have trained their whole lives and are very good at what they do. And the UFC organizes fights for these fighters and they showcase their skills to fans around the world. So these fights are actually organized every week in different locations, different stadiums, and different places. The latest event, believe it or not, was actually hosted on the White House lawn. The White House, why I keep saying White House? White House is actually located in Washington, if you didn't know that. It's located in the US. It's where the president, I'm not sure if they live there or what they do there, but it's where presidential things, related things happen there. And essentially for the 250th birthday for America, this huge MMA fight was actually hosted and organized outside the White House on its private lawn. Believe it or not, imagine having a birthday party, and for your birthday party in your garden, if you have one, you're organizing a huge MMA event with 7 top fights, 7 amazing fights with amazingly skillful people and fighters. Additionally, add on top of that, the production was absolutely amazing for this White House fight card. This event was spectacular, from the lights to the walkouts, to the people, the crowd, and also the 80,000 people located in the Eclipse, which is a short distance away from the White House. I'm not here to talk about or review the event in itself, but I'm here to actually review the main fight. So the way MMA fights or UFC cards are organized are through splitting the fight into different sections. These can start off at preliminary fights, early preliminary fights, and then the main card. On the main card, the top fighters fight. The people who want to make a statement, the people who are fighting for belts, and also to increase in ranking. On this card, the one which was organized on the White House lawn, there were 7 fights. 7 fights, all situated on a main card. And all these 7 fights included top level fighters. I'm here to talk about the last fight, the main fight, and this is called the main fight, the main one where everyone is tuning in and why everyone has attended the event or is watching the event. This is referred to as the main fight or the tail of the tape in boxing, as they say it. But I'm not sure if it's the same thing in MMA, but we're going to call it the main fight. The fight every fan is looking forward to watch. And this fight, you're probably not going to recognize the names if you're not conversant with the UFC, but this fight included a fighter called Ilia Topuria, which is from Georgia and Spain, against an American fighter called Justin Gaethje. These are two top level fighters. Imagine a fighter that's knocked out almost all its opponents. And then imagine a crazy brawler who doesn't go down and never goes down and never says or never gives up. Never gives up. Imagine two of these fighters fighting. An absolute spectacle. Sounding like a bit of a psychotic guy, but it's amazing because these guys are very skillful. So the fight was absolutely crazy. Both the fighters were brawling it out, fighting. And the Spanish Georgian fighter was actually really badly hurt. On his face, he had a number of bruises, scars, which actually limited his vision. Later on in the fights, there are normally 5 rounds in a main card or a main fight. And I think on the 4th round, the Spanish/Georgian fighter couldn't see a thing. His eye was totally swelled up, hence he couldn't see a thing. And the fight was eventually waved off. And the American fighter won the fight. But the reason I'm telling you this story is that it's a testament to how you need to keep moving on in life. No matter how many punches are striked at you or how many obstacles you face, you got to keep picking yourself up and moving. In the same way, this Georgian/Spanish fighter was heavily beaten from round 1 to 4. That's wrong to say. He won a few rounds. However, he was getting hit with strong punches, which will take down any one of us. But he kept moving forward. He was taking the punches. He was analyzing in his head, how can I win despite me getting hit this hard? How can I change my strategies? How can I change the way I approach the game and win this fight? Despite him getting striked with so many strong punches, kicks, knees, elbows, and despite all of that, he was still moving forward, analyzing how he could still win. Similarly, in our daily lives, let's connect this to our daily lives. Let's connect this to how we can be moving forward despite the number of punches which are thrown at us. And how many times you get knocked down, we need to get back up. Keep moving. Because life isn't too easy. I'm realizing this. One day, you'll have a disease. Another day, a loved one will die. Another day, you may lose your job. In all of these situations, you can decide to either cry or be a victim to life. Or you can accept that these changes are inevitable. It happens to everybody in life. And you can decide to pick yourself up and move. Despite how many punches are being thrown at you, despite the noise, despite everything else. Let's channel that inner fighter. The inner fighter where the punches are coming. We're getting hit. But we need to find ways to dodge the hits. Weave, which means go under, or slip, which means slipping the punches or leaning back. This is what a fighter does. But in our lives, we need to visualize the slips as a way to find a solution. Okay, I found a solution. That punch is coming. That could be a punch from, alright, I failed an exam, 1 punch, but I'm going to see the failure as a learning lesson. When you weave, that could be, oh, I lost my job, but I'm not going to stop. This is a bit cringy, sorry. But I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to stop anything. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to apply for another job. I'm going to find ways I can still make revenue and income. You can move back when a punch comes and, a loved one sadly has passed away. Rest in peace. but I can encourage myself to decide to do the right thing and help myself. Go to counseling, get support, talk to loved ones, or practice mindfulness. There's so many things. So channeling, and by channeling that inner fighter, we're using these defense mechanisms. And these defense mechanisms are not running away from the problem. It is facing the problem head on and finding the relevant solutions by analyzing the best way you could deal with them. And say you're just constantly getting hit despite you doing all these defense mechanisms. And imagine that you've actually lost a fight. That's the biggest part of life. And matter of fact, that's the most fun part of life. You have the opportunity to pick yourself back up. Right after the fight, that Georgian fighter picked himself back up. He walked out the octagon. Yes, he wasn't happy, but he still walked out the octagon. Matter of fact, he released a message to the public saying he will be back. He will show the world what he can do. And that's what a real fighter does. Despite his big loss, despite him getting hit, he still gets back. He still gets back up, or he or she still gets back up, and says they will be back. They will be back to show what they're made of, and that's what a warrior is sort of made of. And that's what I need to channel in my personal life as well. When I deal with obstacles, realize that it's just a blessing in disguise. Because it's an opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow, an opportunity to become a better person. So I'm not going to go on and show all these movements again, but it's just, this event was a testament to life will be throwing bullets at you, be throwing punches at you. You need to find these defense mechanisms, not to run away from the problem, but to deal with them head on. And while you're using these defense mechanisms, you're strategically planning how you can still win, how you can still survive. And even if you get struck down, you get hit down to your knees, and you say, damn, I got hit, I lost my job, I lost my loved one, I have a chronic disease. How can I still move back up? How can I modify my life? How can I still find the wins in my life? And how can I still be the best version of myself? And that's a learning from the UFC 250 Freedom card. One really good thing about that card. It was very long, but it was so many learnings. And after that event, I realized that I do need to activate that inner warrior. And also, it'll be useful to share with you guys. For the people conversing with MMA, this may be a bit more, it may touch you a bit more. But if you're not conversing with MMA, just imagine a fighter which has adversity coming towards them, and they're finding ways to deal with it practically and still win when they strike down, when they hit, and how they can still move forward. I want you to imagine that. That's it. But anyways, guys, I appreciate it really, and have a great day. And I recommend everybody doesn't watch the fights if they don't like fighting, but just see the event in itself. It was actually really cool. But see you guys and have a great day.